He killed, it was 600,000 of us, men in the army, came out in Egyptian captivity. He killed 599,998 and left 2, that's all, to go into the kingdom. He told us he gonna take what? 1 of a city, 2 of a family. You don't believe that, huh? Don't seem like everybody think that they already got their seat in the kingdom. He said a righteous scarcely gonna be saved. I can't tell you enough. Well, I say you ain't humble yourself, you ain't fear the Most High. We're gonna see who's gonna win in the end. Verse 12. And I will take the remnant of Judah that have set their faces to go into the land of Egypt to sojourn there, and they shall all be consumed and fall in the land of Egypt. They shall even be consumed by the sword and by the famine. They shall die, from the least even unto the greatest, by the sword and by the famine. And they shall be an exasperation and an astonishment and a curse and a reproach, just a straight disgrace. That's how he's looking at us in this Egyptian captivity. Bugging out, man. I see people on the street talking to themselves, just bugged out, disgraceful, killing each other, fulfilling all the things that the Most High said going to happen to who? The Israelites, like no other nation. For I will punish them that dwell in the land of Egypt, as I have punished Jerusalem, by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence, so that none of the remnant of Judah, which are gone into the land of Egypt, to sojourn there, shall escape or remain, that they shall return into the land of Judah, to the which they have a desire to return to dwell there. For none shall return, but such as shall escape. Only ones going to return, he said, are the ones that's going to escape from the death that he's going to send there. He sent that death angel to kill us in the land of Egypt. This is our power. And the ones that escaped, then all the men which knew that their wives had burned incense unto other gods, see, these women, spiritual fornication. Why he said cut them off. Say, then all the men which knew that their wives had burned incense unto other gods, and all the women that stood by, a great multitude, even all the people that dwelt in the land of Egypt, in Pathros, answered Jeremiah, saying, listen, as for the word that thou hast spoken unto us, in the name of the Lord, in the name of the Most High, we will not hearken unto you. We ain't listening to you. We ain't gonna listen to thee. Who said this? Then all the men which knew that their wives had burned incense unto their God, unto other gods, other idols, and all the women that stood by, a great multitude of women hanging together, being together. Even all the people that dwell in the land of Egypt, all the people, everybody, in Pathros, dwelling in Pathros, answered Jeremiah, saying, this is what they all said. This is a decree that they all made amongst themselves. What they say? As for the word that thou hast spoken to us, in the name of the Lord, in the name of the Most High, in the name of Mashiach Yahushua, in the name of the Lord and Savior, we will not hearken unto thee. We ain't gonna listen to you. But we will certainly do whatsoever things going forth out of our own mouth. Talk too much, big mouths, running your mouth, saying the wrong thing. So we ain't gonna listen to you. Look. I'm reading to you again. Verse 11. Therefore, thus said the Most High, power of hosts, power of armies, the power of Israel. Behold, I will set my face against you for evil, and to cut off all Judah. That's what the Most High said to us. He gonna set his face against us for evil and cut off all Judah. Going back to Egypt. Hearing this. But what did they do? That was the Most High said. Jeremiah, just like we just the messenger. But when you can saw the Most High saying this, now you want to point the finger at the messenger, that's what they're doing. But the Most High said this. Verse 12, and I will take the remnant of Judah. That's the Most High. Not Jeremiah. But so they're going to talk to Jeremiah like they want to talk to the Most High. They don't say the Most High, but they're going to talk to Jeremiah or the messenger like what you would want to say to the Most High. That's what they're doing here. No difference in then and now. Forever. Always did that. Listen. Verse 16. As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us, in the name of the Most High, in the name of Mashiach, we will not hearken unto you. We ain't going to listen to you. So what they saying? They let you know. You speaking to us, they know. They know. Just like we start off with Colossians 3:17. Everything we say and do is all in the name of the anointed Savior. Giving thanks to the Most High and the Father in the name of the anointed Savior. So we always came like that. So they saying it. We don't care what you say in the name of the anointed Savior. Going to the Most High on our behalf. We don't care about that. We're going to do whatever we want to do. Like people say today. You tell them, hey, Mashiach said, think not that I just come to destroy the law of the prophets. They still say they're not under the law. You show them how you got to keep the laws to receive everlasting life. They still say we don't have to keep the law. Why? Because they believe they Pope eating pastor that done told them that they not under the law. And they're Gentiles. And they got mercy and grace, which is a lie. Only mercy and grace is to the Israelites. Period. Not to everyone. It's not given to every nation. All the nations, God's are idols. We have read that. Most of us say all nations are before him are nothing. Isaiah 40:17. And read 2 Ezra 6:54 down. He say all nations before him are as nothing to be like in the spirit. That's what it says. You know, so he's only dealing with Israel. Verse 17. But we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth. Whatever we say. That's what we're going to do. Remember, whatever you do, whatever you say, whatever you do it all in the name of the Lord. They said they ain't doing that. They already canceled out Colossians 3:17. Forget that. They ain't going to say we're going to do whatever come out of our big mouth. To burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven. There you go. There go your halo, your crescent moon, your symbol of Semiramis. The Queen of Heaven, Semiramis. The one the Most High said, learn not to wear the heathen. Then you go into, when you read Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, that'll go into from 3 to 5, it talks about the Christmas tree. You know. She talking about her son, Nimrod, gonna come. His spirit is in that tree, gonna vex you if you don't bow down, put presents on that tree. That's what you do at Christmas. You bow down to that idol, that Christmas tree. It's in the Bible too. And you put presents under it, and you bow down to pick those presents from underneath. You bow to that idol. You look at any place that sell idols, in the time of Christmas, they're gonna move them idols out of the way and sell them Christmas trees. You better believe that. Because they know it's an idol. But those that are, rolling in the spirit of Christian, they follow in the way that talk about that's Mashiach's birthday. That ain't his birthday, got nothing to do with him. Look, verse 17. But we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth, to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven, Semiramis, and to pour out drink offerings unto her. Could that be eggnog? It's not eggnog come around that time? That particular drink? As we have done, we and our fathers, our kings and our princes in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. For then had we plenty of victuals, and were well, and saw no evil. See? Just like a lot of you out there caught up in the worldly things. You might be a celebrity, and you see, just like they saying here, and you know they're dealing with idolatry. All in the industry. I don't care if you're in the music industry, sports, you're dealing with acting and so forth. Yeah, it's all idolatry. Why they even give you an idol? They say, well, they got an American Idol. I mean, they put it right in your face. Say, for then had we plenty of victuals. Yeah, they give you good contracts, but you can't do nothing with it. You can't even walk freely amongst the people. Gotta have bodyguards and all that. You can't be free. You're not free. We had plenty of victuals, eating good, and were well, and saw no evil. Yeah. But since we left off to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her, we have wanted all things. Yeah. We have desired for the things that we want. We can't get them. And have been consumed by the sword and by the famine. Most I said he's going to do that to us. Listen. And when we burned incense to the Queen of Heaven and poured out drink offerings unto her, did we make her cakes to worship her? Yeah, they make cakes during Thanksgiving. During Christmas time, they make them cakes, right? Oh, we got to make these cakes. I know y'all hooked them cakes up during that time. But some of you Israelites, y'all know y'all was involved with it too with your mama. Making cakes. You don't even know what you was doing them for. Why that was in you to do it. Because you're dealing with abomination that the Most High hate. And when we burned incense to the Queen of Heaven and poured out drink offerings unto her, did we make her cakes to worship her? See? We're making these cakes to worship her. And pour out drink offerings unto her without our men, wicked women. And men right along with them. Then Jeremiah said unto all the people, to the men and to the women, and to all the people which had given him that answer, saying, the incense that ye burned in the cities of Jerusalem, of Judah, and in the streets of Jerusalem, ye and your fathers, your kings and your princes, and the people of the land, did not the Most High remember them? And came it not into his mind? Just like whatever you're doing now, that's breaking the laws of the Most High. It's going to come into the Most High's mind, all of us, says, so that the Most High could no longer bear because of the evil of your doings. Ain't nothing righteous about this. Say, because of the evil of your doings, it came into the mind of the Most High. And because of the abominations, the filthy wicked acts, the sins which ye have committed, therefore is your land a desolation and an astonishment and a curse without an inhabitant, as at this day. And that's how you look at our true land, the city of David. It's desolate. It's a curse. Nobody living there. You go to Israel, the true land that we lived in is desolate. As Most High said, as unto this day. They ain't building nothing on it. They probably go touch the Most High. Like he said, like when the Ethiopians, when Solomon put the Ethiopians in Samaria, in the northern kingdom's land, he brought lions in there to kill them. Tell them what the Most High do now with what he's doing on this earth with these plagues and so forth. Tell them what would happen. You know one thing, they might have already tried. They ain't gonna reveal that. They might have already tried to do something there. The Most High said, as unto this day. When you say as unto this day, believe me, you talking about as unto this day that we're in now. It says, because ye have burned incense and because ye have sinned against the Most High and have not obeyed the voice of the Most High, nor walked in his law. See? And that's our people's favorite phrase. We ain't under the law. We're in the mercy and grace. This happened You have not obeyed the voice of the Most High, nor walked in his law, nor in his statutes, nor in his testimonies. Therefore this evil is happening unto you as at this day. As at this day, people. Look at the evil that's happening. I mean, it's in our face every single day. Moreover, Jeremiah said unto all the people, to all the women, hear the word of the Most High, all Judah, that are in the land of Egypt. See? What's happening here? The things that he's speaking is totally out of order. Totally out of order. The order is gone. Period. Look at 1 Corinthians 11:3. Order is finished. But I would have you know, 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach Yahushua, the anointed Savior. And the head of the woman is the man. You hear that? The head of the woman is the man. But see like back here, the head of the man is the woman. Because they doing what the women said they do. How they want. And they said they was doing it without the men. The head of the woman is the man. And the head of Mashiach is the Most High. See? So, this is all out of order. All out of order. What the Most High jacking them up and jacking themselves down because the world is out of order right now. Because of the pride. It goes all the way back to Genesis, 3rd chapter. The judgment that came upon Eve. Judgment that came upon Adam. Genesis 3:16 and 17. So I say it. The answers are here. Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. That's her having children and having those pains. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. See, but here we're reading in Jeremiah 44. That's contrary to what he said. He say a man's going to rule over the woman. Adam, verse 17. And unto Adam he said, see, tell me this ain't backwards what they doing, and what we already did, and what we doing today, to this day. Because thou hast hearkened, you listen to the voice of thy wife. Listen to the voice of your wife instead of me, the Most High is saying. You already told him, don't eat of what? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That's why he told Adam. He said, and unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake, and sorrow thou shalt eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall they bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it was thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. But he told him, if you don't eat of that, you can eat the tree of life and live forever. But now you're going to die. That's why the scriptures say we die because of what Eve did. In doing what she did. Adam, the first thing Most High told her, what? Because you listened to her. Instead of listening to the Most High. Listen to a Mashiach Yahushua. Now you're going to listen to the woman. That's why we died. And then you know, hey, he told him this decree is death when he's going to live forever. That's why if we be obedient to the Most High and obedient to his word, we have an opportunity to have it better than the Garden of Eden. He already said it would be better than the Garden of Eden. But it's a sacrifice, people. You want to sacrifice your life for this, or you want to just live for the world? Because ain't no wishy-washy playing both sides of the fence. I'll be an Israelite on the Sabbath, but every other day you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You're going to be cast through the lake of fire, where the worms never die and the fires never quench. You better hear what he's saying. This is very, very important. It's all in the love that I know I have for my people. I know the Most High love you too, but he don't love you if you abominable before him. He already telling you what he's going to do. You hearing him. You better pay attention. Before it's too late. We only have so much time. Look at Revelation 3:15. Some of you that want to just think that this is a game, you playing around. You ain't trying to be the best Israelite that you can be, knowing you're supposed to be a certain way. Listen to what he say to you. Revelation 3:15. I know thy works. He know what you're doing. He know what you're doing. Because remember, his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. You ain't cold or hot. You in between. Like you a Sabbath Israelite, or you a once a week Israelite. A couple of days in a week you an Israelite. So-called for just an hour or two, because you ain't paying attention to 3 hours of lesson or whatever. You just think about all the time that you really, really concentrating on what it is you're supposed to be concentrating on to make it to the kingdom. In your study and to show yourself approval to the Most High. But you think you're approval to the Most High and you ain't doing it? No. All the things that's necessary. That's why he's saying, listen to what he said. I know thy works. I know what you're doing. That thou art neither cold nor hot. You ain't just not dealing with it, or you ain't it all the way. Hot. Burning up like it was when you first heard it. Just want to really be involved in learning more and more and more. Not even kind of like went to the side. This will be pushed to the side until you come back and hear a few verses or whatever. Like you went to church and sit there and went to sleep, or kind of like it was dead anyway. It was dead Israelite going in and dead Israelite going out. When it comes down to knowing what you're supposed to know, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, because you ain't studied enough. That's why you hand them the Bible and say, show me what you're talking about. Then you'll find out what I'm saying, whether it's true or false. Listen, he says, I know thy works. Revelation 3:15. That thou art neither cold nor hot. Would thou work cold or hot? He said, I would thou work cold or hot. He said, I wish you would just leave it alone or be all the way in it. Hot in it. But listen, because listen, so then, because thou art lukewarm, you playing around with this? You read it now? While the book is open, like I say, what's the word on you when the book is closed? What are you doing when the book is closed? What's your priority when the book is closed? But you still want the Most High to work for you? No, don't work that way. What's your priority? What's most important in your life? Most people is themselves. It ain't the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua. Else you would fear him. And you do what he say do. Before he bring that flat line to you. Y'all ain't see what he did in this hurricane? They tell me it's the worst disaster ever. I mean, it wiped that island off. I mean, just tore it up. In many places. People got water in their house. Hide in the city. It's finished. They got to mow them down. Lost everything. And it wasn't just the other nation, it was Israelites. So ain't nobody exempt from the wrath of the Most High. Especially, that's what he say, we that know will get beat with more stripes than those that don't know. That's why he said. Verse 16, Revelation 3:16. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. So he's going to spew you out of his mouth. That's a dangerous thing. That's dangerous. When he say that, you see what's going to come out of his mouth. 2nd Ezra 13, 9 and 10. 2nd Ezra 13, 9 and 10. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. This is what I want you to show you. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth. He said, he's going to spew out of his mouth. He sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. They were all mixed together, blast of fire and the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So you should be afraid knowing what he's saying he's going to do. What he says. Verse 16 of Revelation 3rd chapter. So then, since you ain't, because thou art lukewarm, you straddling the fence, you ain't really in this hot, but you lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. That's why he said, Amos 9 and 7. Probably getting away with nothing, as it is written. Amos 9 and 7. Amos 9 and 10, so like all the sinners of my people, Amos 9 and 10, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say that evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Heard what the Most High said. Go back to Jeremiah 44. Heard what the Most High said. Jeremiah 44:11. Therefore thus said the Most High, power of hosts, power of armies, power of Israel. Behold, I will set my face against you for evil. Hear that? I'm going to set my face against you for evil, and to cut off all Judah. Why? Because we want to do what we want to do. Whatever come out of our mouth. You know, we got free will. Is that what they say? So that's whatever comes out of your mouth. Whatever you think, you're going to speak it, you're going to act upon it. The Most High said he's going to bring this evil upon you. Jeremiah 44 and 23. Because ye have burned incense, and because ye have sinned against the Most High, and have not obeyed the voice of the Most High, nor walked in his law, nor in his statutes, nor in his testimonies, therefore this evil is happened unto you, as at this day. You hear that, Israel? You hear that, Israelite? You hear that, Hebrew Israelite? You hear that 12 tribes of Israel? So this evil has happened to you until this day. Why? Because you're not hot. Why? Because you're not just cold, but you're lukewarm. So that evil is happening to you. Because you can't, even religion make you lukewarm. They make you lukewarm. See, we got the, what, Romans 10 and 2 said we got the zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. Because we don't know what he's saying here. But he's talking to us. Verse 24, moreover Jeremiah said unto all the people, and to all the women, hear the word of the Most High, all Judah that are in the land of Egypt. Thus said the Most High, power of hosts, power of armies, the power of Israel, saying, ye and your wives have both spoken with your mouths. I heard both you and your wise men. Y'all spoken with your mouths, the big mouths at that, and fulfilled with your hands, saying, we will surely perform our vows that we have vowed, to burn incense to the Queen of heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her. Ye will surely accomplish your vows, and surely perform your vows as they do every year, sometimes all during the year, honoring Nimrod and his mom, and pouring out drink offerings and burning incense unto them, honoring them on the first day of the week. Look at your calendar. Most I said honor him on the last day of the week, the seventh day of the week, but you honor him on the first day. Oh, you made up your own power. Ain't the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He spent a lot of time in the Exodus, the 20th chapter, and verse down, talking about his Sabbath. Therefore, hear ye the word of the Most High, all Judah that dwell in the land of Egypt. Behold, I have sworn by my great name. You say, he swore by his great name, saith the Most High, that my name shall no more be named in the mouth of any man of Judah in all the land of Egypt, saying, the Most High power liveth. Behold, I will watch over them for evil, and not for good. And all the men of Judah that are in the land of Egypt shall be consumed by the sword and by the famine, food shortage, until there be an end of them. He killed everybody that went to the land of Egypt. Yet a small number that escaped the sword shall return out of the land of Egypt into the land of Judah, a little small remnant. And all the remnant of Judah that are gone into the land of Egypt to sojourn there shall know whose word shall stand, mine or theirs. And we gonna know. You gonna know. Everybody gonna know whose word gonna stand. The Most High's word through this Bible or theirs. Straight up. And this shall be a sign unto you, said the Most High, that I will punish you in this place, that ye may know that my word shall surely stand against you for evil. So you're going to know that my word going to stand against you for evil. That's why I try to warn you. Through the Spirit of the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua speaking in these last days to us. You better hear him. You don't want to deal with the Most High. I'm telling you. Ask anybody that went through the hurricane, with the tornadoes in the middle of them hurricanes, in the wind velocity of over 200 miles. You're talking about 189. You ask anybody that had to go through that. Was they praying to Mother Nature to be saved? Was they praying to El Nino or La Nina to be saved? I don't think so. Thus said the Most High, behold, I will give Pharaoh, king of Egypt, into the hand of his enemies, and into the hand of them that seek his life, as I gave Zedekiah, king of Judah, to the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, his enemy, and that saw this life. That's the Most High. Why you can say that? Because and then you look at how every nation had a certain part in taking another nation down in rulership to set up their own rulership. But you heard what the Most High just said. He gonna give. He said, verse 30. He said, thus said the Most High, behold, I will give Pharaoh, Hophra, king of Egypt, into the hand of his enemies, and into the hand of them that seek his life. That's what the Most High said. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna make that happen because why? Daniel 4:17. Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and demanded by the word of the holy ones, and to the intent that the living may know that the Most High, our power, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, ruleth where? In the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the bases of men. That's what you look at. These nations as bases of men. Because they supposed to be under us. They're supposed to be our servants and handmaids. But no. We the servants and handmaids because we ain't follow the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. And he said he's gonna bring evil upon us. As we see until this day. He kept saying it, until this day. We're being killed. What's the verdict? Not guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty. See, what people don't realize is the righteous and the wicked have to suffer behind what the wicked done. See, the nations know this. But we don't know as a people because we don't know what's right. Majority of us, 2/3 of our people not going to get it right. 2/3 going to die. 1/3 only gonna make it, and that's from the ones that scattered all over the world. Not just here in the Americas, but all over the world. All the lands. Got people fleeing for their life. Talking about ethnic cleansing. See? Ezekiel 39:23. What these nations know. Ezekiel 39:23. And the heathen, these other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity. Why? For their iniquity, for our sins, for not obeying the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. The nations know this. Because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. According to their uncleanness and according to their transgressions have I done unto them, and hid my face from them. See? So you're going to tell me that you still going to believe that you don't have to do what the Most High say do? And keeping his laws, statutes, commandments, you trespassing against him. And he's just going to forgive you for breaking his laws over and over again? No. Mashiach Yahushua not going to the Most High over and over again for the same thing. Let me represent him right here. Hebrews 10:26. Hebrews 10:26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth. What's the truth? Psalms 119:142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. So once you receive the laws of the Most High, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. Mashiach ain't going to the Most High on your behalf. You saying that? But a certain fearful, afraid, scared, looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, where he's going to come with fire to burn people up, which shall devour the adversaries, see? The enemies. Because you become the enemy of the Most High if you don't do what he say do. You're a product of the world. Mashiach said he ain't about this world. Care less about this world. Look. John 17:9. John 17:9. So I pray for them. I pray not for the world. For everybody in the world. All nations of the world. He said, I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me. For they are thine. Only pray for the ones that the Most High has given to a Mashiach Yahushua. He's praying for everybody. Go back to Deuteronomy. So these are the things you're looking at, just giving you a sign of spiritual fornication through the Spirit of the Most High. And how we as a people have to get ourselves together and come back to the law, such as the Most High, and be righteous in his eyes. Best of our ability. Going back to Deuteronomy 24 and verse 5. When a man hath taken a new wife, he shall not go out to war, neither shall he be charged by any business, but he shall be free at home 1 year, and shall cheer up his wife which he have taken. So when a man get a new wife, see, he's not supposed to go out to war, he's not to go to war, or be charged with any business, but he shall be free at home, to cheer up his wife, which he have taken. No man shall take the nether or the upper millstone to pledge, for he taketh a man's life to pledge. I mean, you don't take a man's, what he used for like his tools, you don't take that away from him. That's how he make his money. It said, if a man be found stealing any of his brethren of the children of Israel, and maketh merchandise of him, or selleth him, then that thief shall die, and thou shalt put evil away from among you. So if a man be found stealing any of his brethren of the children of Israel, and maketh merchandise of him, or selleth him, and you know we ain't supposed to be selling each other. Like they try to say we sold each other. Nah, we didn't sell each other. The Africans and the Arabs sold us to the Europeans, Edomites. We not supposed to sell each other. Then that thief shall die. See, then that thief shall die. You just stole your brother and sold him merchandise for money. Supposed to kill him. That's what it says. He shall die. And thou shalt put evil away from among you. That's our law. That's the law. But we can't do that now because we're in captivity. See, take heed in the plague of leprosy, that thou observe diligently, and do according to all that the priests, the Levites, shall teach you, as I commanded them, so you shall observe to do it. He said, hey, you better keep these laws, people. Oh, it can't happen to me, right? Oh, nobody's exempt from the Most High now. That's what he said. Remember what the Most High thy power did unto Miriam. By the way, after that ye would come forth out of Egypt. What'd he do? Go to Numbers 12. What'd he do to her? Don't forget what I did to Miriam. Numbers 12 and 1. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman. But this is what the Most High really is concerned with, and the Mashiach Yahushua too, because he's there with the Most High as an angel. And they say, have the Most High indeed spoken only by Moses? The reason why I said that is you're going to see what he talks about. You're going to talk about the fact that Moses married this Ethiopian woman, or you're going to talk about the fact that what they saying in verse 2. And they said, have the Most High indeed spoken only by Moses? Have the Most High only spoken by Moses? Has he not spoken also by us? He's speaking to us too. This Miriam and Aaron. And the Most High heard it. You hear that? And the Most High heard it. I don't know what people don't hear. Did he say the Most High heard it when he said verse 1? And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. So he had married an Ethiopian woman. Do it say, and the Most High heard that? No. But he did hear what they said in verse 2. And they said, hath the Most High indeed spoken only by Moses? Hath he not spoken also by us? And the Most High heard it. He heard that. Listen. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were on the face of the earth. Most High spake suddenly unto Moses and to Aaron and unto Miriam, come out ye three unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. Let's see if you talk about anything about the Ethiopian woman. A lot of people want to talk about this is why it went down, because of what it says in verse 1. Let's see if he says anything about an Ethiopian woman. He married an Ethiopian woman. And the Most High came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle, called Aaron and Miriam. They both came forth. And he said, hear now, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I the Most High will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. That's Jeremiah 33, 14 and 15. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches, no parables. And the similitude of the Most High shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the anger of the Most High was kindled against them, and he departed. And Most High got angry. He departed. That's why he said, remember what the Most High did to Miriam. Keep the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Remember what I did to Miriam. This is what he did to Miriam. And the anger of the Most High was kindled against them, both Miriam and Aaron. And he departed. That's why you got to watch out, women. This is what he said. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle. The cloud departed from off the tabernacle. And behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. So to turn white from being brown is leprosy. It's leprous. You looked upon Miriam, she was leprous. Why not Aaron? That's why when you got to look at this, for what it is. In the spirit of what's coming out, that's not planned, but the Most High Word is speaking exclusively. Without pre-planned lesson or anything. But it's all in the spirit of the Most High, glory to the Most High. Because you see what's happened? The cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. She was white. She turned white. And people like to call themselves white. So that's leprosy. But they clean leprosy. They white from their head to their toe. That's clean leprosy. She was leprous, white as snow. And Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my power, my master, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Miriam said nothing. Let her not be as one dead. So to be white is as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb, not having any pigment of melanin. And Moses cried unto the Most High, saying, heal her now, O Most High, I beseech thee, I'm begging you, please, heal my sister, Miriam. Listen what the Most High said. And the Most High said unto Moses, if her father had but spit in her face. Your father spit in your face? Wow, he went real deep on that one, didn't he? If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? He must have done it. That's part of what happened. Said she's gonna be ashamed 7 days. Why you my father spit in my face? So she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days. And after that, let her be received in again. And Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days. And the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again. That's what I say. Remember what I did to Miriam? Don't forget. That's why I said Most High, he have a memory. Don't forget what I did to Miriam, he said. Don't think that none of us is beyond the wrath of the Most High. Going back to Deuteromy 24 and 8. Take heed in the plague of leprosy, that thou observe diligently, and do according to all that the priests and Levites shall teach you, as I commanded them, so ye shall observe to do them, do the commandments. Now listen, nobody say not under the law. So remember what the Most High, thy power did unto Miriam, by the way. After that, you will come forth out of Egypt. We just read about it. You didn't know, now you know. You made her white as snow, gave her leprosy. When thou dost lend thy brother anything, thou shalt not go into his house to fetch his pledge. You lend your brother, you're supposed to go into his house asking for it back. That's what he's saying. Thou shalt stand abroad, and the man to whom thou hast lent shall bring out the pledge abroad unto thee. Stand away from his house. He's going to bring it out to you. And if the man be poor, thou shalt not sleep with his pledge. If the man be poor, make sure you get it back to him. In any case, thou shalt deliver him the pledge again when the sun goeth down, that he may sleep in his own raiment, and bless thee. And it shall be righteousness unto thee before the Most High thy power. These are laws and statutes that we as a people have to go by. Various laws. You would think of them as moral laws. Verse 14. Thou shalt not oppress an hired servant that is poor and needy. So you hire someone to work for you, so you're supposed to oppress a hired servant that's poor and needy, whether he be of thy brethren or of thy strangers that are in thy land within thy gates, even the strangers, the other nations. So you're supposed to be, or I might say strangers of our people, our brethren that we know, or of thy strangers that are in thy land within thy gates. At this day thou shalt give him his hire. At his day thou shalt give him his hire. Neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor, and setteth his heart upon it, lest he cry unto thee. He cry against thee, Salakia, unto the Most High, and it be sin unto thee. So that's one of our brothers that we know, and a stranger that's still an Israelite. You hire him as a hired servant, give him his money. Once he finished working, you gotta wait no week, no 2 weeks, no month to get paid. Give him his money. You go home and take care of his family. The fathers shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin. So you're going to be put to death for your own sin. Thou shalt not pervert the judgment of the stranger, nor of the fatherless, nor take a widow's raiment to pledge. So thou shalt not pervert the judgment of the stranger, talking about our people that we don't know, nor of the fatherless, those that don't have a father, nor take the widow's raiment to pledge. Take the widows, that's their husbands died, their clothes to pledge. Thou shalt remember that thou was a bondman in Egypt, and the Most High thy power redeemed thee thence. Therefore I command thee to do this thing. And thou cuttest down thine harvest in thy field. And as for goat or sheep in the field, thou shalt not go again to fetch it. So you chop everything down. You leave some on the ground, so you can't go back again to fetch it, to get it. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow.